Death is often the most pivotal event in literature, theater, and cinema, signaling a dramatic tonal switch or a significant change for a surviving character. In modern films, which are often filled with intense and frequent violence, death is everywhere. The most popular contemporary American genre, superhero films, are inherently violent, usually containing countless deaths and multiple scenes of major destruction. The Western, another uniquely American genre that is well past its prime, but continues to appear seldomly, similarly dwells on violence. Westerns are known for their gunfighters, bandits, and killers, and often use violence as a tool to make nuanced points about social issues more so than superhero films. As we get further into the massive franchise era of the MCU, on-screen death has begun to lose its meaning. Think of the most impactful superhero deaths of the past several years, especially those of main protagonists. Iron Man and Black Widow in Avengers Endgame from 2019, Wolverine in Logan from 2017, Loki in several Marvel films, Gamora in Avengers Infinity War from 2018, and many more. Each of these protagonists has their own fantastical ending with a big bang, an emotional monologue, and sometimes a needle drop afterward. Each superhero death scene is rendered with callbacks to previous films, references, quips, and bits to make the death seem of great historical importance to the franchise. Even with all of these efforts into making a superhero's last time on screen feel monumental, each moment falls flatter than the next. Across the MCU, including its tie-in TV series and all the mainline films, Loki has died not one, not two, not three, but 4 times, and returned from each death. How can the audience feel any connection to the loss of this character who relentlessly returns to their screens like a cockroach you thought you killed last week? The MCU continues to return character after character from cosmic realms and quantum time travel, which abandons the ideals that Stan Lee himself embedded in the genre. More than normal, but believable. Each hero returning an infinite number of times through the multiverse severs any connection that these characters have to their humanity and believability. Who cares if they die? There's always Universe 223A. There are already rumors about Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine in upcoming films. In superhero films, death has become something superficial that can be countlessly endured. It no longer represents the mortality and humanity of the heroes we watch fall, because the losses aren't connected to the reality of the MCU or any kind of reality. So how did we get here? The Western, which had a massive grip on Hollywood in the 1940s, 50s, and 60s, did not have this problem. The Western hero rarely dies, but when they do, or when they defeat their rival by killing them, it is always the pivotal point in the film. Shane, from 1953, the Western that partly inspired Logan, has a particularly famous ending where Shane cleans up the town, but in the process, he is shot.
It's bloody. You're hurt.
And rides off into the sunset because there is no place for him in town anymore, leaving his death ambiguous.
Man has to be what he is, Joni.
He sacrifices himself for a hero's end after a job well done. Imagine if, in 1954, another film was made, Shane 2. A new threat rides into town and decides to tear up the homesteads, and Shane rides right back ready to save the day. Wouldn't that be preposterous? Maybe the MCU needs to look at its origins and consider the emotional impact of the films of the Western era. The problem now is that each hero we lose is another chance for corporate hype to be built. Marvel knows how to put audiences in seats, but the stories they tell stray farther and farther from the foundations they built. The next time a major superhero dies with a dramatic one-liner and a snap of the fingers, know it won't be the last time they're on screen.